What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and welcome back to another Overwatch video. In this video in particular, we're going to be going over what Overwatch is for the players that play video games and really just don't have an idea about this game. Maybe you haven't played the open beta that happened a couple weeks ago, or maybe you just want to get more interested into this game because you have played the open beta, but you weren't sure if you wanted to buy the full game. Well, this video is for you. If you have the full game, this video really isn't going to benefit you all that much. It might give you a couple tips, so it'd be fun if you stick around. But anyways, let's get right into it. So, first of all, this game, Overwatch, came out on May 24th, 2016, which was a couple days ago, almost a week ago. And this is a first-person shooter developed by Blizzard, so of course it is going to be in the first-person shooter genre, but it is an interesting one because it includes 21 heroes built into the game. So, pretty much think of it like Black Ops 3 Specialists or Destiny Supers, how each character has their own specific thing, their own playstyle, if you will. But in this game, there is a bunch of those within the game that it just makes everything so fun. Yes, the characters are pretty much overpowered, all of them are, but it just makes for overpowered balance, if that is a word you could put together in the same sentence, because every character is so overpowered that the game is just so balanced. I'm going to be talking more about the heroes later on, but right now, as it is in the game, there are only 21 heroes. There could be more added with DLC, which is my next topic. The DLC for this game, if they choose to add in another hero, or whatever the case may be, will be free. Blizzard wants to make sure everyone in this game has a fair opportunity, so you're not going to be getting pay to win weapons like in Black Ops 3, for example. With the supply drop system, somebody could get an unfair advantage because they get some weapon, or in Advanced Warfare, especially with the different weapon variants. That is not the case here. Everything that you earn in this game is cosmetic only, and every DLC piece will be free if it is like a hero or another character that could be coming. Again, I'm not entirely sure if that is the case, or when they will release another character, but it is definitely a thing that it will be free, so thank God for that. But leading more towards the loot crates, think of loot crates sort of like supply drops from Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, or like battle packs from Battlefield, except in this supply drop variant system known as the loot crate, you get 4 items instead of the generic 3, so it gives you a better chance at something. And everything in these loot crates is how you earn the cosmetic stuff. Everything is cosmetic, from voice lines to sprays to skins, which are the best part about them, to player icons. Everything is cool, customizable, and of course cosmetic only. So that is the best part about them. Now, of course, you can buy loot crates in mass amounts or little by little, but with real money. But however, everything is cosmetic, so nothing really matters. If you really want to spend money on this game, which I've been considering doing, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to yet. But if you really, because every time you get a loot crate in this game, you don't get it for playtime earned, or like you have to have enough crypto keys like in Black Ops 3. That's not how it works. Every time you level up a level in Overwatch, you get a loot crate, and getting towards the higher levels, it takes a long time to get each loot crate, but it doesn't really matter because everything is cosmetic, so you're not really trying to go for anything. You're trying to really save up a lot of credits so you can buy the things that you want or hope to get duplicates, and that's really what you want in the whole loot crate system within the game, which is another awesome feature. A lot of games feature loot crate systems that I've mentioned here in this video as well, but the loot crate system, I think, adds a nice feature because a lot of the cosmetic-only stuff are really appropriate for the game and the art style that this game has, and it's just really fun to just get the skins, most importantly of all, because they have different terms of skins, like legendaries, rares, different things like that, like you would expect in like Black Ops 3 or something like that. Sometimes the rares, though, in this game, honestly, sometimes they look a little bit better than the epics, but or the legendaries, but it's all dependent on what your preferred cosmetic stuff is, and that's the nice thing about having it be cosmetic. But getting into the heroes, I'm not going to go over every single 21 heroes because then we would be here for the next 45 minutes, which is not what you want. So I'm going to go over my favorites and the ones that I personally play as a lot. But over time, I will say that you will get to know pretty much each and every hero and what they do within the game. So although if you start to play the game now, you're going to be like, well, how do I play as this character? Or how do I play as him? You don't really know until until you pick up the game and play it for yourself, but I'm going to be describing some of them so you can understand what kind of play styles there is. So Tracer is my personal favorite. I have 6 hours played with her out of my 14 in the entire game so far, and she has a blink ability, so she can blink behind walls, forward, backward, side to side, whichever way you want. She has 3 of those per, I think it recharges every couple of seconds, so you can use those effectively to get away from your enemies, and it's really smart because Tracer, if you're, playing against a Tracer, it's really hard to hit her, but also she has a time recall ability. If you use the bumper, you can recall time, regain whatever health that you had in that time. Like, let's say you go around a corner, for example, and there's 5 enemies just staring at you in the face and they're trying to blast you. You can be like, well, nope, I'm out of there. You hit the button, it recalls all your health back to a position that was about maybe 5 seconds ago, so or not even, probably like 3 seconds ago, something like that. I don't know I don't know the exact terms for how long it goes back, but it does bring you back a significant amount of time and really fast. So you'll be seeing the gameplay here of me playing as Tracer, and so you can see what that is. Now, ultimate abilities are pretty much the best part about this game. Every single character has their own unique abilities. I mean, obviously they all do have their own abilities, but when it comes to the ultimate abilities, every single one of them is unique. So for a Tracer, she has a pulse mine, and pretty much think of the ultimate abilities as specialists from Black Ops 3 or supers from Destiny, where you get your own. Pulse Mine is what Tracer's is, and it's really effective against Torbjorn's turrets, or Bastion, for example, something that's really stationary. I pretty much would like it to be a little bit more effective if you guaranteed a stick. If it says a stick, sometimes you get hit markers with the mine, which I don't understand that. I think they should buff that, but overall, Tracer's Pulse Mine is pretty cool, and that's her ultimate ability. But moving on to someone like Bastion, and Tracer is an assault character, by the way, our hero. She's really the kind of get-in-your-face kind of hero. And another get-in-the-face kind of hero is like Reaper. I'll get back to Bastion in a second because he's a different kind, but Reaper has dual-wield shotguns on him, and he could teleport anywhere. He could be invincible for a couple of seconds. He's really an effective player for getting up close like Tracer is, but he's more of the offensive. Like Tracer, you want to play kind of defense-offensive, so you kind of get some hits in there, but with Reaper, you really want to just get in there and just mow every single person down that's in your path, like right in front of you, and that's pretty much Reaper's playstyle. With Bastion, for example, he is an offensive turret, so he has a stationary turret that he can put down. Like, he himself is the turret, but his main gun, he can swap back and forth between an assault rifle that's attached to his arm. It's really not that powerful, but when you get into turret mode, my god, it is a blast just sitting, camping in an objective and trying to kill people with him, because literally people drop so fast. However, you are a stationary target and are pretty much guaranteed to die if you're just going to be sitting there by a sniper. So getting into a sniper like Widowmaker or Hanzo or something like that, it's pretty much the weapons that they use. Widowmaker has her sniper, which can also be an assault rifle. If you aim down sights, it's a sniper. If you hip fire, it's an assault rifle. Pretty much effective. And Hanzo has a bow and arrow, so you kind of have to arc the arrows, but he takes a little bit of time to get used to, but you can pretty much spam the arrows and pretty much get kills. But let's just say that playing as a sniper like Widowmaker or Hanzo, or someone like Tracer or Reaper as an offensive player, like those style, maybe that isn't your specific style and you play games, you like to stick back and defend for your team, well then there's also heroes and characters for you like that. So first of all, I want to talk about Torbjorn and his defense turrets, because Torbjorn can be used up close with his gun that he has, but most of the time you're going to be defending with Torbjorn. You're really not going to be playing offensive with him. His turrets are pretty much insta-kill deaths. If you walk in front of him, you're a goner, because the things have so much auto-aim on them that you're just going to die as soon as you walk out there, unless you obviously stay back and try and pick the turrets off. But his turrets are his greatest point. He can also repair the turrets, so, it's not like you just take the turret out and that's it. If you shoot it a couple times, he can also walk over, repair it, so that's pretty much what he does. You also have Reinhardt, which is a huge tank in the game. There's a couple different tank players like Roadhog and stuff like that, but I think Reinhardt's the best one because he has a huge, gigantic shield that he can protect his teammates from, so they can stand behind it, shoot through the shield, and nothing can get through the shield except for, obviously, energy weapons. Those can go through the shield, but any regular bullets can't go through the shield, so it's really helpful for helping your team push up to try and get an objective. But let's also say that you like to play as a medic in these types of games. Well then, pretty much Mercy's the best one. Obviously, I've pretty much only played as Mercy for a medic. There are other ones as well. Lucio, I know, is great, but Mercy I personally enjoy playing as because she is one of the best medic choices for your team. You could start healing your friends, and so that they don't go down. Her ultimate is so that she can revive people, so if you die, then you'll just get revived. So I've discussed the characters that I wanted to talk about. Of course, there are more that I really just don't feel like going in depth. Like I said, it's going to take a long time if I did that, and there's really no need because everyone's not going to be an expert at every single character. But what you need to know is that every character has their own special ultimate abilities and regular abilities that make the game so balanced, because it's so, every person in the game is so unbalanced that and overpowered that it just makes it a fun and balanced game because everyone has their own special things, and that's pretty much what I enjoy about the game overall. Now, you're not going to be an expert at every single character. That's also why I'm not going over every single character hero in this game, because it just doesn't make sense. No one in their right mind is going to learn how to play every single character effectively. It's just not going to happen. You pretty much want to stick to one character or hero and you'll be fine to go. I mean, obviously, the next thing I really want to talk about and hit home with is that play characters you feel comfortable with, but change if you need to. So within the game, obviously, when you start loading up on the loading screen, you could see what your other teammates are picking as characters. So let's say there's a Tracer on the team, and you have a medic, and you have some other offensive players like Soldier 76 or someone like that. Then Soldier 76, by the way, I'll just get into him quick. He's like the Call of Duty style guy, so if you're new into the game, he's the best. He's got an assault rifle, some rockets, some health. He's a pretty good character overall. But if you have people on your team like that, but then you realize you're playing on the attack, and there's no Reinhardt, there's no tank on your team, well then switch to someone that has a tank, because obviously it's going to help you better than just saying, oh, you know, screw it, I don't really care, there's no tank, I'm just going to play as Tracer or something like that, and it's not really going to help your team because you don't have the right people playing the right things. But obviously you want to continue and play the characters you know how to play. Don't pick someone that you don't know how to play, because that's going to be even worse. But if you know how to play them, get to learn every single character as you go, and you're not going to be experts like I keep saying, but at least you'll have a decent team that has a lot of variety of characters on it. And also another thing is, as well as picking characters that match with what your team needs, you can also look on the side, on the right side, it'll tell you the tips that you can apply to your team. So let's say there's no sniper on your team, it'll tell you there's no sniper, few snipers or whatever, and you could pick based on that, because you really don't want a full team of Tracers running around. I mean, that's actually pretty effective, because if you're playing in a full party, well, that's just, I've played a full party of full Tracers before, it was not fun. But if you are playing a game and there happens to be like 2 Tracers on your team, don't pick Tracer, or don't pick if there's like 2 Soldier 76s or something like that. There shouldn't even be that in the first place, but you want to kind of organize your team based on the tips on the right side, and based on what your people in your lobby play as. It's harder to play solo because there's really no game mode that everyone can play solo, so lots of times you'll run into parties that are just going to destroy you, which could be a problem and may need to be fixed in the future, but that's for another video. But in general, I do enjoy Overwatch, and I hope you learned enough from this video and can take some tips away, because there's obviously the tips on the right side of the screen, the different heroes, the backstory behind the heroes. If you really want to get into the story about Overwatch, there's no story in this game, it's a multiplayer only game, but if you go online, you could look up the different videos discussing, or not really discussing, different animated videos about each different character and where they came from. Like the Tracer one was pretty cool. They have one for pretty much every single hero, I believe, at this point. I mean, the animated shorts, I don't think so, but as far as the lore behind the backstory, each one is cool. But if you just want to play the game for having fun, then you could do that as well. So Overwatch is a $40 value, or $60, I believe, on PC, but on console you have to spend the $60. But the nice thing about spending $60, or I mean at most $60, is that you're getting the full multiplayer experience for $60. It's not like Black Ops 3, for example, where you're paying $60, but then Activision crams supply drops down your throat just so you can get overpowered weapons that other people just may not have because of the way the supply drop system works. But in Overwatch, you get everything for free. Everything is unlocked at level 1 because they want everyone to enjoy and have a great experience within the game and have things not be overpowered, because what makes the game fun and balance is everyone unlocks everything right at the beginning of the game. You could use anything you want as far as the actual abilities and stuff go. Obviously, customizable cosmetic stuff you can't, and you have to unlock that, but the actual game is playable by anyone who pays $60 for it, and you could pick that up and just have a blast and a fun time using everything because there's so much content within the game. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like rating. Of course, I'll be back on here with some more Overwatch videos, so stay tuned for that. I'm NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.